Princess Anne puts autumnal twist on preppy sundress, and revives 18-year-old accessory. King Charles' sister was spotted at the airport as she took engagements in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane during the 4-day visit to Australia. Princess Anne is known for her no-nonsense approach to dressing simple, refined and elegant. But on the 8th of November, the sister of King Charles, 75, was spotted putting her own spin on autumnal dressing as she stepped out at Sydney Airport. The royal landed in Australia on Saturday ahead of a 4-day visit to the Commonwealth country. The princess will undertake a series of military engagements in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane during the 4-day visit to commemorate the centenary, a statement from Buckingham Palace announcing Anne's trip read. As President of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, Her Royal Highness will lay a wreath at the Sydney War Cemetery. During the sighting at Sydney Airport, Anne was seen dressing for the Australian spring, rather than the chilly British autumn, as she revived the trusty sundress. The garment featured a blue and white checked design for an ultra-preppy look, as well as a pleated skirt, buttons running down the front, and an oversized white collar. Anne drew attention to the collar by folding it over the lapels of her navy blazer. She cinched her look at the waist by adding a nude leather belt and topped off her look with a sturdy pair of leather loafers. Increasingly a fan of a less is more aesthetic, Anne kept things simple where her accessories were concerned. She slipped on a rope-style gold necklace, wore stud earrings, and was seen carrying a satchel from 2007 sporting the International Olympic Committee logo, a nod to her role as a member of the committee since 1988. The princess is also the president of the British Olympic Association. What has Princess Anne been doing in Australia? Princess Anne's tour of Australia will mark the 100th anniversary of the Royal Australian Corps of Signals, of which she has been the Colonel-in-Chief since 1977. Already on her trip, the royal has met with Governor-General Sam Mostyn and her husband Simeon Beckett at Admiralty House in Sydney. Meanwhile, on the 9th of November, she made an appearance at the Centenary Parade at Victoria Barracks and inspected those involved. She will depart Australia on the 11th of November and head to Singapore to mark 60 years of diplomatic relations between the United Kingdom and Singapore. Having reported on Anne's outings and fashion moves for over 2 years at Hello, I know from digging through the archives that this isn't her first time visiting Australia. Keep scrolling to see her best looks from her time down under. Princess Anne's Aussie outfit highlights on the 21st October 2014. Anne was years ahead of her time sartorially as she wore a linen short-sleeved blazer, a major trend in summer 2025, to the agricultural conference at the Royal International Convention Centre in Brisbane. She teamed it with a striped dress and block heels. On the 24th of April 1970, Anne embraced a tiara moment while attending a reception in King's Hall, now the Museum of Australian Democracy, in Canberra. She wore a boat-neck gown and the Cartier halo tiara, which the Princess of Wales wore on her wedding day in 2011. During the same 1970 tour, Anne, who joined her late parents Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip on the trip, was seen at Randwick Racecourse in Sydney. She wore a tailored wool coat dress and a coordinating pillbox hat, so chic. On the 9th of April 2022, Anne embraced another coat dress, this time in duck egg blue as she viewed cattle on the cattle judging lawn at the bicentennial Sydney Royal Easter Show. Her outing formed part of a 3-day visit to Sydney on behalf of the late Queen in celebration of her Platinum Jubilee.